All right, this week we're going to talk about elements. So, using elements to help tell our story. First thing, I want to look at Cara's work. Cara sent in this homework, and I thought this would be helpful for everybody. Um, Looking at this particular page, I included the script. She's using the Legends of the Dark Knight example that I put up on the website. You can see she followed the script pretty closely. She's got some interesting shots here. We have the nice open panel at the top, which I think is always effective. The long narrow panels in the middle give us a nice sense of movement. Um, we have a variety here, keeping the shape of the panel at an odd angle makes it stand out, and good body language. So, overall this is really well done. There's a lot to like here. I do have a few minor criticisms of it that I think could make it better. So if we take a look at the page she did, we have the ability to read the script so we know where it stands, and we can see my changes, and they're minor. There's not a lot of dialogue in this particular page, but one of the things that she's doing, and it's a mistake that many people first starting out make, in fact, people that have been doing this for years tend to make the same mistake. She's drawing the characters to fill the panels, and that's natural. You're an artist, you're looking at an empty space, and you're trying to convey certain things for your story, but what you don't do is leave enough room for any dialogue whatsoever. In panel 1, we've got a caption, and we've got a line of dialogue, which would be probably a balloon, and then a second caption. So in the original that she has here, I don't have a lot of room for that. So all I did was I took the two characters and I reduced their size down. I intentionally left the clip of their tops of the head so you can see the size difference. Only went down maybe 25%. But what that does is it opens up a lot of space here so we can fit our caption, we can fit our line of dialogue and our second caption much better. The next three panels all have captions as well, and those will fit fine in the area that she has already provided, so she left dead space. We get to this panel here. One of the changes that I made, it's awkward when a panel abuts another panel. So right there, where those are on the same line, it can be a little bit confusing to read as a reader. So what I did was I made the panel break the border. So this panel that sits on top of the other panel is now larger. It extends down further. I also reduced the size of those characters in that particular panel. And primarily because look at the amount of dialogue that we have in 5. We've got a fair amount there. And that's not going to fit in the space that she has. So I'm estimating that these two balloons, which will be probably be two balloons here, will fit in this area here. Also, by reducing the characters down a little bit, we can show more of the fire escape, because that is the instruction here. Nando steps between Sonia and the fire escape ladder, desperately pleading. One thing that I think I would change back here to tie in with that is make the fire escape ladder sit up higher, so it would have an arm that would reach to about this level here. That's going to be both more realistic. This would be actually hard to climb down because you don't have anything to hold on to when you're first starting. And it's going to make it stand out more. So when we get to this panel, we'll better see that that fire escape is what he's blocking. The only change I didn't make that I think still, besides that I think needs to be made, the character of Sonia here, she has a lot of dialogue in this panel too, and there's not a crazy amount of room, but I do like the size of that figure. I think moving forward with this page, Cara, what I would do is I would take this character and I would probably move her down so that her head falls about here. Okay, that's going to make it give you a little bit more room for dialogue, and it's still going to make the character have impact. Last change I made, if you look at the original over here, the head of Sonia almost matches up to the shoulder of the other character. I just took it and I broke that plane because, again, when you have things abut, it looks odd. It actually looks like this is part of his shirt, but if we break it, we get the sense that that's her head and she's actually in front of him. So little tweaks like that can make a big difference. Remember, as you're doing your pages, one of the keys, if you're working from a script, is to read it again, and then read it a third time. And you want to make sure that you're getting across the essence of that script in your visuals. And in this case, I think Cara did a nice job. We've got nice body language. I particularly like this one. That's an awkward pose to try to do. He has to look anxious, but I think she accomplished it. So read it through again, and then as you lay out your page, make sure that things can fit so you have sense. But try to avoid overlap, overlay. Go with overlap, not overlay. So again, head breaking that plane there is going to be better than having it a butt. Same thing with the panel borders. Okay, having that makes it easier to read, makes it more fluid, makes it more natural looking. All right, come on back for more.